Hey y'all. Let's see. Why isn't it switching? There we go. I clicked like 3 times and it wasn't doing anything. How is everyone today? Let me just turn this down a little bit. I want to give people time to come in, but hello. So, right now I have it on this screen, but I know the code is pretty small. So, if y'all need it bigger, I can switch to the other screen over here. That might be better, but I don't know what I prefer right now. But basically, what we're doing today is we're taking a look at the Unring the Bell demo, the Game Jam demo, and I was like, why don't I just work on that today on stream? Because I have been meaning to make a revamped demo, and then from there, like, a full game. But first I want to make a revamped demo to implement everything I want to implement, make sure it works, and, like, give y'all a more polished product that better resembles what I originally wanted the game to look like. Put that out, let y'all play it, and have it be like an example of what the final game will look like. So I do have a copy of the original like Game Jam script and everything, so don't freak out that I'm editing this, but I am gonna just like, yeah, revamp the demo, make a bunch of changes today, so that hopefully, I know I'm working on a different game right now as like my main project, but hopefully at some point I can clean this up, redo the art, put out a 2.0 demo? I don't even know if it would be 2.0. I mean, the original demo was 1.0. This would be 2.0 demo, and then the full game would be, what, 3.0? It would just be like an extension of the 2.0, really. But yeah, here. I feel like the music's too quiet now. I can never find a good balance. But yeah. So, let me just take a look here. The big thing that I want to make sure I do is, I want to change the way I set up the narration and the player character dialogue, because, oh yeah, also spoilers for Unring the Bell, obviously. Hello, Laureen! Welcome in! Obviously spoilers for Unring the Bell if you haven't played that first demo, but we are just editing that whole, what do I want to call it, chapter, that, puzzle, whatever, that room. So we're not working on stuff that hasn't already been revealed in the existing demo, but I will be, like, I'll be showing, like, answers to puzzles and stuff just as I code, so if that's something you don't want to see, you know, it's already on screen, but, but yeah, so what was I gonna say? So, the big thing is that, down here, every time the player character talks, I would manually put in the quotation marks, and that's just gonna be like such a pain for writing, presumably, like, I think what I settled on was like between 3 and 5 chapters of this game. So what I'm going to do, and it might end up being slightly tedious, but I think it's going to be worth it, is separating the narration from the player character dialogue. So we're going to do that. I'm going to create a new character with the suffixes, which I literally did it for the rest of the characters. Why didn't I just do it for the player character? That's so annoying of me. And I'll probably also end up changing these, like, character colors and stuff. Whatever. But let's take a look here. So, right now I have P, S, and V used. I think I'll use Y. I think I was using that in a different project as well to represent, like, U. So, even though the player character is not technically you, like, you're playing as them, but whatever. So we will change this. So let's define Y. Character. I think I can use none. Let me check. Maybe I'll check a different project. Yeah, none. And we will just define the what prefix and suffix so that they have quotations when they speak. I'm just referencing Hexenhaus in the other tab because that will be very helpful for the point and click stuff if we get to that today. But that should work as the prefix and suffix. And then what that means is I have to search for every time I use these symbols and remove them and switch it to Y. So let me really quick find and replace. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to do it for every single time, which makes it really annoying. Let me find an example. Okay, so it does have one of these in front. So in that case, is that only dialogue? Because if it is, it looks like it is. I just don't want to accidentally like override other pieces of text. We might get some ASMR here with the keyboard and the mouse clicking. I will try not to make it too annoying. I'm just checking super quick. Because right now it's gonna be tedious to change it, but in the future it'll be so much easier for me to write new dialogue. If I can just use a character tag. Okay, it's looking like just dialogue. Thankfully, it seems like I didn't use didn't use these in like, choices or anything, which I was worried I might have. Okay, yeah. So, for these, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing actually. Kind of, yeah. Find and replace, so we will do Y space quotes, and that should be good. Cool. Now the problem is this, I don't think I will be able to replace all. Oh, actually it is the same amount of them, so it should be fine. But let me check really quick. Okay, it looks like it, so let's replace all. Okay, I was really worried that was gonna be tedious. Yeah, because these ones don't have the extra quotes after. Cool. Cool. Hello! Yo, how are you? Welcome to the chat. We are just doing some light editing and coding. Player, character, speech. Okay. So that was the first thing on the list. I'm very glad that that was much easier than I was expecting to do. And then let me look at my to-do list. You rock! Popped over to Twitch chat. Yo. Welcome. Let's see. So I wanted to change the narrator to a separate character. That's good. I wanted to basically overhaul the exploration system, which is definitely a lot more in depth than just find all and replace. Twitch UI is better. Yeah, that's why I stream on both, just because I know some people prefer one or the other, so I figured, you know, I'll leave y'all the option. You can pick whatever you prefer. Let's see. So, there's 2 steps to this, right? Because if you have not played the demo, the existing demo, the way that I have it set up is using Renpai's choices, like dialogue choices. I just have you click what you want to do in the game. But what I have always wanted this game to be is a point and click game, where you physically click on things in the room. So to switch from one to the other is gonna be like a little bit annoying, but I think the final result will be so much better. And I do unfortunately have to kill my darlings in that I will probably have to delete a lot of like description text because the game is no longer almost entirely text-based. So, you know, I'll cry a little bit about it, but we'll see. So I'm gonna look at Hexenhaus, which is point and click. This is a mess, don't worry about it. This is a mess. Because what we're gonna do is we are gonna set up point and click screens. Not this. Here, foyer screen. Foyer, sorry. My VAs were killing me, bro. Like, they were so mad at me with all the, like, fancy words that I put in, like foyer, like armoire. They were like, what are you talking about? You got this. The end product will be worth it for sure. I'm glad you think so. I'm really looking forward to it. Because this demo is about to be like a year old because I made it around this time last year. And I've been wanting to update it so badly. So I'm really excited for what's to come. So order-wise, there are two parts to this. Because one part is I want to switch things from clicking on text to clicking on images. And the other part is I want you to be able to see your inventory, because right now all the inventory is just like stored in the game and it kind of arbitrarily tells you what you're holding, but I want you to be able to see that. And that system is harder to set up. So we'll start with creating, can you see my mouse on screen or can you just, I don't know. We'll start with creating the image buttons, the screens. Let's see. I'm like so frazzled. I haven't been in this script in like a while. This is all our animations. This is all our credits. This is the scrapped intro sequence. Well, it's not scrapped. I just didn't have time to finish it for the game jam. But I will probably be putting this back in with like animations and stuff. I do want to rewrite a lot of this like intro with the mom, but that's unimportant right now. Okay, spilled milk level. Here we go. This is what I want to see. Boom. This is what I want to see. Boom. Okay. Spilled menu. Okay. This is where we're gonna get into it. So the way I have it set up right now is it just calls a menu and you choose what you want to do. Talk to the presence, talk to the victim, examine the room, perform a rite, attempt to dismiss. Obviously I would want this talk to the presence just to be like, ideally like you just click on the presence and you click on the victim. But what I don't know exactly is how I would want to initiate examining the room. I guess you could just click on the area, because what I was picturing, right? Is this the game you made for that game jam? Yes, this was my very first game jam. This was for Spooktober last year. And the thing I was picturing and I just didn't have time to do art for was like, you select which area of the room you want to examine and then you pop to like a zoomed in background image of just that area. So like you start the room like zoomed out and you see the whole room, and then when you're examining certain areas you kind of zoom in and can interact with specific objects in there. So I think maybe I'll make it so that you can click on the presence, click on the victim, or click on like this, I think it's 4 areas to get a zoomed in view. And I hope that's not confusing. That's the other thing though, is I don't know how to initiate performing a rite. Which is where I'm like, maybe I do want to keep at least this menu and just get rid of the menus when it comes to examining. I might keep this menu because, let's see. I like the tactile feeling of like clicking on what you want to do. But I don't know how to initiate performing a rite in a tactile way. Maybe you have like a list of, I mean, that's what I did for Hexenhaus. I literally had like a list of like these are the things you need to do. actually, what I could do, sorry, I'm thinking through this in real time, is when I have the inventory system set up, I want you to be able to use the items. So maybe when you use the items, it could either trigger dialogue or ask you if you want to perform a rite. I'm not sure. Because there is a section here where you can show specific, or you can show any item to the victim and she'll have different things to say, I think. Let me see. This is all presents. I want to look at the victim here. Spilled, okay. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here, here it's not really a choice, it's just part of the dialogue that you show her whatever you're holding. Again, spoilers. Let's see. Click on different areas of room. Because I want to be able to use and check the items. Damn, so much thinking in code. Did you study CS? I did not. I took like a brief course on making video games like years ago, but I don't even remember what program we used. It was like a program that I couldn't even open the games unless I had if I went on a separate computer than the one we used in class, I couldn't even open the games. So I don't have much programming experience, but I started learning RenPy, and I find it very beginner friendly. So I think it's nice. It's nice because you can, if you have the idea, you can make a game pretty quickly. The main thing is the art, obviously, which I always spend way too long on, but props to you, thank you, but I'm really not that good of a programmer. I'm learning, for sure. I tried RenPy, it just got so confusing, really? I don't know, I feel like makes me want to try again. You should! I really think, for me, when I just, started reading the documentation, it was very overwhelming, to be honest. But the way my brain works, I learn a lot better from example, or not from example, but from trial and error. So when I was first learning RenPy, I just made a tiny little project to test it and to see oh, if I want to do this, how do I do it? Rather than reading each and every little thing that the program can do, I was if I want to do this, how do I do it? And I learned that way, if that makes sense. And I started learning RenPy years and years and years ago, dropped it, and then last year around this time, earlier than this time, maybe around summer, I got an idea for a game and I started doing more prototypes and stuff. And then by the time that Spooktober rolled around, I felt confident enough that I was I'm gonna make something, and I did. And obviously I'm updating it, so it wasn't a perfect product that it wasn't exactly what I wanted to make, but it was honestly so much more than I thought I could make. So yeah, I think RenPy is a really good starting game engine for people. Especially if you want to make narrative-based games, it's perfect. Because it has so much built in already, and it's very user-friendly, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to try game dev, please do. I super recommend it. I super recommend RenPy. And there's such a good community. Everyone's very helpful, very kind to newcomers. I ask the stupidest questions all the time, and people are oh, it's just this, just do this. I'm oh, you're so smart. Starting something regardless, then making it perfect. Exactly, which is really hard for me because I'm such a perfectionist. But for some reason with RenPy, I make so many little prototypes. I just find it really fun. And sometimes I'm not even sure that I can make something in Ren'Py, and I'm like, well, let me just try and like see what I can or can't make. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I get so many ideas, and it's cool to be able to like, it's something that before Ren'Py I never could have done. Having an idea and starting to think through the physics, like the logic of how would this work in engine is really cool. Same, my first try feels like it's gotta be a magnum opus. I totally understand. Like I said, I started learning Ren'Py years and years and years ago, and when I first started learning, I decided, this was like right after like Dream Daddy came out. If you guys have ever played Dream Daddy, I was obsessed with Dream Daddy, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my own dating sim with like 7 love interests, and each love interest is gonna have, like the way that Dream Daddy has like 3 dates, and you get graded on how well you did, and blah blah blah. Girl, I didn't even start development, because I spent so long designing characters, coming up with like I made a tiny little prototype of one of the love interests, and when I say prototype, I mean like it was like his introduction, and it was like less than 5 minutes long in total, and that was just like me learning the program. But I was like so convinced. I was like, I'm gonna make this giant game, it's gonna be so amazing. And I'm glad I didn't, because I think I think I was like definitely underestimating how much effort it takes, and all the things that would go into that, because I was picturing like mini games like crazy, like super crazy. And obviously like now I understand the scope a little better. And so I still overestimate or underestimate sometimes. I still have so much scope creep, but I do think that I have a better handle on like what I can and can't do in a reasonable amount of time. But no, I totally understand. And I get new ideas for games like constantly. Like I would say almost daily. Like, and sometimes I just have to reel myself in. I'm like, hold on. The more we learn, the more we know we don't know shit. Exactly. That's how I learn, is by, what is it, fuck around and find out. Like, you learn by realizing that you don't know what you're talking about. Also, thank you for the follow. I didn't see the notif. But yeah, thank you so much. But I'm glad you kept going. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad too. I can't wait to see what you got in mind. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know exactly when this game or even when this updated demo will be done, but I do want to make some headway on it, because I pretty much know what I want. It's just a matter of like making it happen. I love y'all. Whoa, I can't speak. I love watching your videos. Glad I caught you live. Thank you so much. Yeah, my schedule is kind of like random when it comes to streaming, so I'm glad you caught me live too. But yeah, I'm usually live around this time, sometimes earlier, but, you know, but I'm working now, so my schedule, I don't know my schedule until like the week before, so I basically just stream when I have time. Take your time with the game as long as you enjoy the process, for real. I appreciate that, yeah. Sometimes I do, like, get a little stressed because I'm like, gosh, this game is taking so long, why can't I just lock in? But, you know, if you worry too much about it, then it's not fun. And it's supposed to be, like, kind of a hobby and, like, a fun thing. Nifrin, heya! Hello! Oh, I see. No, I was just looking at the little, crown thing. Wait, how do I go back? No, I don't know how to go back. Ah! I got stuck. True, yeah. Wait. What is this? I don't know what I'm doing. I might close it and reopen it. Here. Where's my stream chat? There we go, chat. Sorry, technical difficulties. You can tell I didn't study CS. Yeah. But yeah, you know, Gotta have fun with it. Lamau. Oh. What was I saying? What was I saying? How do I trigger performing it right? I'm just like thinking through this in real time, honestly. I might just like put this aside for a second and just work on the image buttons because that's the more important thing. But I do want to figure out like how the game flow is gonna work, because one thing I really wanted to get the vibe of with like UTB with Unring the Bell, I really liked the idea of like you jump in and your player character knows exactly what is going on and you super don't. And so I liked the idea of like these kind of vague, cryptic choices for you of like talk to the presence, and you're like, what is the presence? What's gonna happen if I talk to it? Is it gonna hurt me? Or perform a rite, and you're like, what's a rite? What am I like? What does this mean? So that was something that I had a lot of fun with. And I'm not sure how to get that feeling unless I keep this menu tree. This menu choice tree. Because what do you click on to perform a rite? There's not a way to, like, describe that visually in that sort of, like, ominous way. Gasp coding! Hi, Zara! How are you doing today? It sounds fun as gameplay too. I hope it is fun as gameplay. I had this like vision in my head of like this really confident player character who's basically a priest. I avoided using like overly religious language in this game, but it's like the equivalent of like a priest going to perform an exorcism, and like he's very confident. He knows what he's here to do. He's not scared of the demon. But you as the player are playing as him and you're terrified and you don't know what you're doing. That was kind of the vibe that I was going for. So let's see. Oh, did I loop the song instead of the playlist? That's okay, I like this song. That's fine. If y'all get annoyed, I can change it, but I low-key like this song. And it's like very relaxing in the background while I chat. So I think what I will do, I think I will keep this menu. I kind of like the idea of this menu. Cause I like, and people talked about this, like in my comments and stuff, like under the game, being like, oh, I like that, especially because the art style of the demo is so simple, which is partially on purpose and partially just because I didn't have time. It's the vibe of like, you're just stuck in this room, it's very simple, you're just staring down this demon, and you just have to choose. Like, there's not a lot you can do in the demo, to like, mitigate the creepy visuals, you know? You're just like, you're there, you gotta do something. And so I like that you walk into this room, this demon appears in front of you, and then it's like, okay, what do you do now? So all that to say, after like 30 minutes of deliberating, I think I'm not gonna change this. I think I'm not gonna change this menu. But I will change the point and click menus, which are not point and click yet, they will be. So yeah, I think I will keep this. Yeah. Okay. So I will edit the writing at a later time, because some of the writing is questionable. Especially like the puzzle stuff, like the clues and things. That's something that I did get a lot of feedback on, of like particularly one of the clues in the, or like one of the puzzle solutions in the game, people had a hard time with, which I completely understand why. I just wasn't sure how to give good clues without just giving the answer away. So that's something we'll work on. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Do y'all mind if I take this 1 second? I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back. I had to talk to my mommy. No, I'm kidding. No, actually though. My mom says hi. Why did I say that? No, she didn't. She said hi to me. My mom's doing fine though. Welcome back. Thank you. Okay, anyways. Bare. No, hi. No, I didn't tell her I was streaming. She probably would have said hi. She's a very nice lady. Anyways, what was I in the middle of? We were, I was just talking about the dialogue, right? The clues will probably need some balancing, I guess. But for now, okay, room. Here we go, finally. So this is where I might need to kill some darlings, as I said, because I do have some text here, like a lot of text, which describes like the room, the parts of the room, the items, like all of that. So I'm debating how much of that to keep or to remove. Hold on, I'm fixing my chair. You might hear some rolling around at the speed of sound. So let's take a look, because I want to update this to point and click. And so we will have different screens, just like in Hexenhaus, to control the point and click sections. But let's see. Yeah, so examine the vanity, for example. This would be clicking on the vanity and then clicking on certain items to examine them. And I also, sorry, I'm gonna drink some water. When I was originally coding this, I remember I had issues with the if-else statements like not working exactly how I was expecting them to, so I suspect that I made some mistakes and just didn't realize at the time. So I'm gonna review this code really quick. But it might not matter. Well, it might matter. So right now, the way I have the inventory set up is you can only hold 2 objects at a time, one for weakness and one for, what was it, blessing? But I'm gonna set up an inventory system where you can like visually see the items you're holding. I might set it to like a max of 5 or something instead of a max of 2. But I don't want you to just like grab everything in the room and just like brute force. I don't know. Maybe it would be fine. What do y'all think? Would you rather, let's say there are like 10 items in the room. I don't remember how many exactly there are. Would you rather have, I'm picturing like a briefcase, like the priest comes in carrying like a big briefcase. Would you rather have a briefcase that can hold, if you want to, everything in the room? Or would you rather just have like, imagine like a Minecraft inventory bar with like 5 slots and you can like put things back and pick up new things? Is it too annoying to have to like put things back to grab new stuff? Cause, I don't know. I don't know. I think the 5 thing makes more sense. See, like, it makes sense in my head, but I don't actually know why it makes sense. I just think, because I said this, I think, last stream. When I'm thinking about point and click mechanics, I always go back to Franbo, and in Franbo you just have like this enormous bag that always has enough room for everything in the game. But in this case, we're doing point and click. We're probably going to use the Franbo mechanic where you can use an item to like use it on other stuff in the room. But you don't need every item. The vast majority of the items in the room are red herrings. And so I don't like encouraging the player to hoard everything in the room. Does that make sense? I think otherwise the limit is way too high to keep up as a dev and also a player, because then you might forget what you have. That's true. I mean, you'll have a visual inventory, like, where you can go through and look at everything you have. Like I said, like a Minecraft inventory. Imagine that with, like, slots, like a bunch of little squares of slots. So technically you can go through and look at what you have, but because the point of the game is not to use every item, then I don't think I should encourage players to constantly be holding every item in the room. Cause in Franbo, in a lot of these like puzzle point and click adventure games, you need pretty much every item for some purpose. Like, there is a reason that that item, you can pick it up. There's a reason you can pick it up and use it. And in this game, it is a puzzle game, but it's a puzzle in that you need to figure out what is the right item to use with what. And there are only 2 items out of, let's say, like 10 to 12 items in this room total. There are only 2 items that are correct, and they must be used in the correct way. And so I really don't think that I want to have like this huge inventory screen where, okay, since I have this much room, I might as well pick everything up. You know? I guess it would be cool to have a mindfulness to what you keep in your briefcase then. It would encourage players to revisit places. I agree. Because I like the idea of like, that was why I had it set up in the demo where like, you automatically like put things down if you don't have room. Let's see, like here, so on the vanity you have a perfume bottle and a pair of earrings. If I had it set up, like I said, like you can only have 1 weakness item and 1 blessing item, so if you are already holding a weakness item, you would put it down and pick up the bottle of perfume instead. And same with the earrings, yeah. What I do want to change is I don't want to make it so you only have 2 slots that way, and I don't want it to be like, oh, you can only use it on this right. But I do want kind of that vibe where you can like put things down and pick things up like that. So I will probably change this. Let's see. I do like the idea of like the description. I might keep these like varying descriptions because I think that's cute. Let's see. And I might include more point and click objects. Maybe not all of them you can pick up, but I might include more of them. Like, oh, maybe you can click on the mirror and describe your reflection or something. I don't know. But I don't know, because, yeah. But what I was thinking, I keep, like, saying things and not typing anything. This is gonna be a lot of ideation, this stream. I'm thinking that I will add scenarios that were not in the original demo where you can use items for the wrong right. Because we have the blessing right, the naming right, and the, oh, I don't remember what I called it, like, in the text, but in the development side of it, it's called, like, the weakness right, where you, like, attack the demon. And the way I have it set up is, like, I assigned the items specifically to, this is for the weakness right, this is for the blessing right, and I think I want to make it so you can use any item on any of those 2 rights, whether or not it's correct. So I will have to write, like, extra dialogue and scenario stuff, but I think that will be more, like, interesting and interactive if you can just, like, go into your briefcase, choose something, and pick what you want to do with it. I think that'll be better. So that means I will have to change, like, some variables and stuff. Like, the holding weakness variable determines in your inventory which weakness related item you are currently holding, so that'll have to change, obviously. But I can take out, like, these lines about, like, I pick up the bottle of perfume. Like, I can make that better. Maybe we can have, like, a, when you click on the item, then you get, like, a little, should it just be the text? Should I just leave the text? Hold on, how did I do it in Hexenhaus, actually? Oh, we have a ton of people on YouTube side. Hello, YouTube. Whoa. It's almost like if I stream about game dev on my game dev YouTube, more people will tune in. Hello, everyone. Let me check Hexenhaus really quick about how I treated picking up objects. Actually, yeah. I think I said stuff like, oh, I'll take this, or stuff like that. Take? Yeah, so I had like a little line of dialogue about like, here. Just what I needed, I'll take the bottle with me. And then, in this game I didn't have like an explicit inventory, I just had it like check off the task as if you were holding the bottle. But yeah, so I think I will keep the lines about like, I pick up the bottle of perfume, but I can do, instead of I put down the holding weakness item and pick up the bottle of perfume instead, I could have like a line about like, oh, my briefcase is full. Should I put something down? Hello, Jesper Westgard, welcome in. Superfuckingmario.com, hello, bro. That's the funniest username, oh my god. What game are you making? Cool code, by the way. Thank you, I think. So, I am reworking one of my, demos from last year, that I made for a game jam. It's like a mystery point-and-click horror game. I don't know how to describe it. Does that make sense? By the way, the website is a real thing. I am merely a supporter. I'm very scared to type this website into my browser. I feel like I'm gonna get like a virus or something. Superfuckingmario.com. I don't know if I should type that out and check if it's really a real website. But yeah, so. Okay. My brain is braining. My brain is braining. All the girls are girling. So we will remove this menu. Gasp. We will remove this menu. And instead of having text choices, take the perfume, and then this description of I pick up the bottle of perfume, instead we will assign that dialogue to the image button. Yes. Yes. Okay, so instead of this menu, whoa, we're making big changes now. Instead of this menu, we will call screen, and we haven't written the screen yet, but okay, let's see, call screen, and we will call this vanity, no, not Canity. Sounds like a ship name, Canity. Screen. Yeah. Oh, and this will not be examine the vanity. This will be we will jump to like a screen where you can click on any of the areas of the room. So call screen spilled room screen. Why is this not working? Hello? Oh, because it's a menu. Oh, that's not what we want. Beside the desk is a wooden bookshelf. So we will remove this. I think I don't know how I feel about having like 3 lines of description to click through every time you want to examine the room. So I might cut that down or include like a variable of like, oh, if you've already seen this, then don't worry about it. I don't have a good way to remove tabs without just doing it line by line, which is kind of annoying. Do not fret, superfuckingmario.com is safe for all. I hope that's true. I hope I'm not just like saying the name of a malware site on my stream for everyone to see. Pause screen, vanity screen. So then we will remove this menu, gasp. And we will change this to, if, let's say like inventory. Oh, I should set up like a label, actually, yeah. Oh, there'll be sub-labels. How did I set it up here in Hexenhaus? Did I just do... Hold on. I thought something looked weird. I was like, there's too many tabs still. Yeah, I'll have sub-labels for each of the items. I think that's what I did in Hexenhaus. I had a label for the room and a label for each item. Label foyer, yeah. Label wine rack. Okay. Label, perfume. I'm kind of scared to remove the spilled prefix because what I'm planning is to make multiple levels, so I'm trying to keep the labels consistent so that nothing accidentally is named the same thing later on down the line. I'm currently making player sprites for, I don't even know, I haven't decided yet. I'm making them for fun. Maybe I'll use them or not. That sounds fun. Like what kind of game are you making? Like RPG, like top down maybe? Or just like a visual novel? Let's see. So this currently says if holding weakness equals none, but like I said, I'll change it. Also, why do I have it as the text string none and not like none, bruh? This will be if inventory holding is equal to, or is less than 5. Will that work? That should work. Or is less than or equal to 5. No, is less than 5, because if it's equal to 5, then you have too much. And then if inventory holding equals 5, then I can say, oh, it should be equals equals. Then I can say like, should I put something down? This will probably be like use item or like selected item, and I'll assign that when I set up the inventory screen. This will be like placeholder text. It's fine if it's dumb, but like, my briefcase is full. Should I put something down? And then we can have like a sub-label of, oh, actually, yeah, it can be like call, I'll set this up later, but call screen inventory select item, and then, if you select an item, then it'll say I put down selected item and pick up the bottle of perfume instead. But if you say no, then it'll have different text. So maybe I should have like another sub-label here. several, too many games to count. That's so relatable. I am also making too many games. I wanted to ask, what drawing tablet do you use for your art? I have an iPad. I don't know exactly like the specific model or anything, but I have an iPad and I use Procreate. Thank you for asking. I just Control-C, Control-V myself into places and see what I can do. Honestly, same. That's how game dev goes for me too. I'm just like, I'll figure it out. Build, pick up, perfume. And then label, spilled, pick up, perfume. Spilled. Yeah. If, what should I say? Like, if, put something down. This is so stupid. I make the stupidest, like, variable names. Else. Jump, spilled room vanity. So the way this works, and I learned this recently, is in the little parentheses that you have to put when you call a screen, you can just put variables. And it'll, or like you can, yeah, you can put different variables here and you can use that in the screen. I used to just be like, oh yeah, you just have to put the parentheses when you call screens every time. I don't know why. And then finally I realized there's a purpose to that. I stared into the code and the code stared back. Yeah, it can be like a little overwhelming. I know it's also a little bit on small on screen for y'all, so if you want me to size it up, like I have a different screen I can go to that might be like we can do this screen. I don't know if that's any better for y'all, but I know that this does size it down a little bit. So, you know, let me know what you prefer. I'm also not always looking at chat because I'm on a different tab, so sorry about that. I think I will put a underscore there because otherwise it's like unreadable. If put something down equals true, else we jump back to here. Okay, we're not jumping to vanity menu, so we don't need to worry about that. Oh. There we go. Because we will call screen vanity screen. Oh, I see why. Okay. Me naming my favorite letters. Oh, I see why. So the way I will have to do this is I will have to check if perfume is in the inventory list, and I did do that in Hexenhaus, so let me find it. Salt? Yeah, salt. If spice jar's holding... Okay, spice jar's reaction, let's see. Apparently also spoilers for Hexenhaus solutions, but it's fine. Spice jar's reactions is what we're looking for. So, if this is in this list, that's what we want. Yippee! If perfume in inventory, what did I call it? Inventory holding list? I gave it a name somewhere here and I already forgot where. Hold on. Inventory holding. And I think I will, do the length trick like I did in the other one as well. Oh my goodness. Why are we tapping on the wall? What's happening? Do I need to tell him to stop? What is happening? Okay. Hi Angry Car, what are you using? Right now I am coding in VS Code for RenPy, which uses the Python programming language. Let's see, what was I saying? This. So, if inventory holding, which this will be, this will be updated basically every time you pick something up. So, we will append stuff to the list. Spice Jars holding list. This will be inventory holding list. So much of coding is just copy and pasting from your other projects and from other people's stuff. Append. Yeah. Inventory. Perfume. And then, yeah. Perfect. Basically what this is doing is every time you pick something up, it adds it to a list that RenPy is keeping track of, and we will use that list to generate the inventory that you see. And then this length thing just checks how long the string is, or how long the list is, like how many items are in the list, so that we can do stuff like if inventory holding is less than 5. Although it should be, shouldn't it be -1? I think it needs to be -1. Maybe not. I mean, it worked for me in Hexenhaus, where it equaled 3 and it would jump. No, yeah, because it's the length, it's not the... Okay, yeah, that should be fine. Okay. And then we will do the same thing for the earrings. And that means that we don't need to separate them by weakness or blessing, which is nice. Oh, and that also means I need to create an alternate version of this description, because this assumes that you can only have one at a time, because that was how it was set up, but now it's not. So, if perfume and inventory holding list, I could do and earrings in inventory holding list, and then we could do like an elif. Elif, perfume is an inventory holding list, but not the earrings. And elif, earrings are in the inventory holding list, but not the perfume. We'll see if that works. That should work. And else, if neither of them are in there, then we will get the default description. So, what I will probably do is I will just take, because, hold on. So the default description includes obviously both the perfume and the earrings. It says there's a glass perfume bottle about half empty on top of the vanity, and a pair of shining silver earrings. But I think what I will do is I will literally take these edited lines and just put them together. That should work. So now it doesn't mention either the perfume or the earrings. Perfect. So we will do that for like all of the different areas of the room. Do you ever stream drawing? All the time. I actually created a playlist on my YouTube that you can go check. It should say Draw With Me live streams or something like that, where I have worked on art fight art, I have worked on OC drawing, and mostly recently I've been working on my live 2D model art. So yeah, I draw all the time on stream and I really enjoy it. I hope you guys do too. Yeah, I stream from my iPad on Procreate. Let's see. Build room. How about, you know what I could do? I could set it so that you see this general description of the entire room the first time you click on, like, examine room, but then if you jump back to that label after examining the room, it won't show up. Does that make sense? Hold on. Like, hold on. Here, this, we will say, like, if, should it just be the first time or should it be every time you click on the examine room button? I feel like maybe just the first time. Spilled room, unseen. I think I'll just do it for the first time. Equals true. So then we will tab all of these. And then we will set it to false. Spilled room, unseen, equals false. Or, actually, does it need to be double? I don't think it needs to be double. It does not. Yeah, it does not. Obviously I will need to update all these, variables to match later. Hey, every pony. Hi, the M stands for mom. Hello, also Yumi. Welcome in. You can stream from my iPad. Sorry, I misworded that. I stream from my laptop from OBS the way I'm doing now. But I use a capture card to capture my iPad screen, basically. And that's how I stream drawing. But yeah. Yeah, I misspoke. I don't stream from the iPad, but I stream what is on the iPad. Let's see. Holding weakness equals perfume. Oh, that's right. So basically I need to append. I think I will move this here. Here. Oh, Control V, there we go. And that way, we'll go through this. If this is true, and then this else will jump you away from here, but everything else will let you proceed to here where we append the perfume to the list. And we should jump not to the vanity menu, but to spilled room vanity. And then we will do the same thing for the earrings. Yeah, we will create a new label for it. Basically the same process. Cute little kitty in a box emote. Let's see. Oh, did I? This is what I meant. There we go. Okay. Label, spilled, earrings. Here we go. And then we will just do the same thing, but we will switch it from perfume to earrings. Else. Children vanity. Actually, I do, instead of if put something down, which is like its own variable, I might do if selected item, if not selected item none. Is that the syntax? It's something like that. Because basically that way, I can just use the same variable and I can just clear it when I'm done with this interaction. Well, Gasterwing my ding. Hey, Greed, welcome in. Do you work as a game dev too, or is this just a hobby? For now, this is just a hobby, but I would really like to be able to, make games for sale and, maybe make a little side money from that, but yeah, this is not like my main gig at all. This is just for fun for now. Ra, hello! Everyone's here today! The gang's all here! This is crazy! Welcome, everyone! Okay, what is it? If not? Is it if not? I might need to look at a different file to check. Is it if not? I can just Google it. Python if not. Yeah, I think that's right. You're a wolf. So instead of if put something down equals true, it will be if not selected item equals none. And then we will actually clear selected item right after this interaction so that next time it is none until you change it. Does that make sense? So that way we don't have a whole separate variable for the same thing. And that will be set in the inventory screen of what you selected. Oh, and this should be earrings. Else, jump, filter, and vanity. We will append the earrings. And then instead of look at the rest of the room, that will be a separate image button in the room. So all of this applies to our vanity screen, which is this one. And that vanity screen will have like probably like a back button is what I usually do. Like a little arrow in the corner of the screen that allows you to go back to the full view of the whole room. What game are you working on? So this is Unring the Bell. This is my very first published demo. And it is about a year old at this point, so I am just updating it to hopefully make like a 2.0 version of the demo to kind of show what I actually want out of the game. And then once this demo is updated, I can use it as a basis to make the full game, which will hopefully be essentially like, I'm thinking of the demo as like level 1 or chapter 1, and the full game will hopefully be about 5 levels total. So this will be like our foundation, our groundwork for that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So I'm basically just updating the code because when I made this game, I did not know as much about Ren'Py as I do now, which makes sense. It was like my first finished Ren'Py game, quote unquote finished. So I know a lot more now, and I can do more interesting, cool things. Yes. So then we will create a separate label for the bed instead of the vanity, because for those of y'all who are just getting here now, I had all of this set up in like a dialogue choice. So now we are splitting them up into their own labels, their own screens. There's a fly in my face. So now instead of examine the bed, it will just be its own screen. And then you can see here where I like had a lot of trouble with the if-else statements, and I don't know why, so we will fix that. Oh, I think what happened is I forgot they were both blessing items, so I made a separate description for them. That's funny. Well, now that you can hold multiple items, I can use that description, so thank you, Past Me. So let me check. Again, a lot of this is going to be copy-paste. Okay. If stuffed animal and diary. Stuffed animal. And it is important that I have like the spaces and stuff written the way they are because these are text strings. And so, for example, like here, if it's the selected item, like imagine that the item you selected out of your inventory is the stuffed animal. It'll print as, I put down the stuffed animal and pick up the silver earrings instead. So it's important to have it like written this way just for ease of like interpolation later. And then we will do elif. Elif just the bear or just the diary are in the inventory. This is stuffed animal. I will check chat in just a second. Sorry, I'm ignoring y'all. I'm locked in. Let me see. Unrelated, Roblox is weird as fuck. I mean, I can't deny that. I don't play Roblox. I remember saying like at some point like, oh, maybe I should play Roblox on stream. I don't know if I will. Would y'all be interested in that? Why do I have jump to the menu? Oh, again, that's my problems I was having with the elif. That's so funny. Yeah, this is baby Kiri code. Before I knew what the heck I was doing. Jump. I don't need to jump. There's a plane outside. Okay, and then this menu will not be a menu. This will be their own sublabels. But we need to call the screen. Call the screen, call the screen! This should be here, right? Yeah. Call screen, spilled room, bed screen. Cool. Sorry, I'm scrolling up and down a lot, but it's just because I'm basically, like, copying the... What is that called? Like, the layout? Why do I have that? Label. Oh, because it should be here. Yes. Okay, label spilled perfume. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. If inventory holding is less than 5, pick up the stuffed animal. I keep doing that. Let's do this. Ah, please don't do that. Okay, and then I picked up the locked diary. If not... And again, we remove this. Let's clean this up. Stuffed animal. This should be diary. Okay. And we're just gonna do that for pretty much every item. Oh my gosh, there's so much happening in the chat. Hello, y'all. Kiri, what's your opinion on Tobias Don't Call Me Radiation, Radioation Fox virtually blueballing the community with the anniversary content? I've been seeing the screenshots on Twitter. It's going crazy, dude. Like, I wanted to tune into that stream so bad, but I was working, unfortunately, for the first one. So I missed it, but I did get to see a lot of the screenshots. It looks insane. I'm so excited. Barong Nevi, welcome in. Look up Pug. It's a better HTML domain-specific language. Well, I'm not working in HTML, so I don't know how relevant that would be for me, but, you know, I can look into it. What language are you working with? Right now, this is Python-based. This is RenPy, which is, a game engine specifically made for visual novels, and it uses, like, a simplified version of Python where a lot of things are built in for you, so it's really nice for beginners like me. This is like watching the local wizard brew his potions in his giant-ass cauldron. Oh, thank you. Kiri, what's your opinion on my favorite graphic novel ever, Cowgirl Rapunzel in Rapunzel's Revenge? Is this real? Because that sounds fun. I kind of want to check it out. Can you guide me for DSA? I don't even know what that is. Oh, good luck with the rest of the streaming code. I have uni tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here, you rock. Oh, I'm so sorry I missed you heading out, but it was really nice having you. I hope you can tune in for other streams. I really appreciated it. Hope to catch you some other time. Good night. Good night, you rock. Let's see. It's like Roblox is working against you rather than with you, which is bad for a platform meant to have people code and stuff. Here, what did you say? Yees. Coding wizardry, ooh, yeah. I mean, it's somewhat wizardry and it's somewhat like me just throwing random shit in my cauldron and being like, I hope this works. I hope this works. Oh, this needs to be selected item. So you'll get the idea. I can do the rest of the tedious stuff off screen maybe, but I should start building the lists and the screens. That's the important stuff. Oh, let me actually do this really quick before I forget. Because I will forget. I will forget. should be else. Jump spilled room vanity. Well, this will be spilled room bed. And for everyone who sticks around, we will append the stuffed animal. Actually, I might not need to do this every time if I just set it. I think I can set this at the top of the, like, in the, when I'm defining the variables, I think I can just define this so that holding is always this without having to declare it every time, because that's actually stupid. I wasn't even thinking, but I think I can do that. Let me see if I can do that really quick while I'm editing all the variables anyway, because I'm gonna need to. Diary. Yeah, I think I can set this up here. I will need to have like a separate section just for inventory stuff. Default inventory holding equals length inventory holding list. I don't know if I will need to do like brackets for this or if it'll work fine the way it is. No, actually it's the name of the list. It should be fine. And then default inventory holding list will be empty, but then we can append to it. How do you define a list again? Hold on. List. No, equals. There it is. Okay, yeah. We'll do that. It'll just be an empty list that we append and remove things from. Can dismiss. Okay. All of this is fine. Spilled saved. I will put the level specific stuff in its own section. And then this will be inventory, spilled milk. Can dismiss, I guess, will apply to a lot of things, but the rest of it pretty much is oh, the holding weakness. Those are the things we need to change. Inventory, gen. So holding weakness, we will just straight up remove. I'm not gonna do it right now because I don't want things to break if I try to check the game, but we will remove these entirely. And that will just be handled by the inventory holding list. Guess it's a real graphic novel all about Rapunzel and Jack the Giant Killer in the Wild West. That sounds so cool. It's literally just Into the Woods but with a cowboy aesthetic. I love that. Whenever Kiri is busy coding, we can gossip about him. Hey, I can see you. I can see you. I love filling my cauldron with magic numbers, bad, and poorly named methods. So true. I still forget to put async in the name of my async methods. How are you? I'm doing good, Raw. How are you? Sorry I'm missing a lot of chat. It's because I guess I could like pop it over here, but then I might mess up the screen capture. I don't think I have a way to view chat at the same time as I'm coding. That would be nice. Let's see, what was I saying? Okay. Yeah, these are all our like variables, and then I have my images and animations. Do I have any screens already defined? Probably only, okay, yeah. Only like stuff for credits and visuals. Label splash screen, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I do have the Spooktober logo. Okay, these will all be like, I'll just separate these like visual screens from like the point and click screens. Point and click screens. And we will also need like an inventory screens section, inventory screens, and probably some others that I'm not thinking of, but we'll do that. Okay, so let me go through what we did so far and just grab the variables that I am gonna need. Okay, past all of this, past all of this. Okay, here. Spilled room unseen starts as true. And then we have the inventory holding list, spilled room vanity screen. We're gonna need to make all those screens. So where I said point and click screens, we'll start here. And then let me just look at Hexenhaus and see how I did it here. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. Okay, screens. Screen. This is our task list. This is not what we're looking for. Oh, we do need a task list. Or not task list button. We do need the buttons that all the screens will use for like the back arrow, which I think I also set up in a different project. I don't know. That's okay. So at least for Hexenhaus, I would do this. And I would do it manually for each one. I do have a different system that I'm using for another prototype, but I think I will stick to this because it's pretty simple for me to like look at and see what I can change. Okay, yeah. We'll just use this system. If I want to change it later, I can, but we'll do this. Spilled true, or sorry, modal true, add BG. Actually, we shouldn't need to add this background because it should already be present. So, for the full room, we'll just need image buttons for the 4 sections. Is it 4 sections? Bed. Okay, we have the vanity, the bed, the desk, and the bookshelf, and I think that's it. Yes, okay, the vanity, the bed, the desk, and the bookshelf. So we will have 4 of these. Spilled room, what do I want to call this? Like, vanity zoom or vanity, like I want to have a image button that is like where you click to go to the vanity, and then I want to have a background that is like the whole vanity background, but I'll probably just label it with BG, so that should be fine. Spilled room vanity, yeah. And that will jump to the vanity label. Label, spilled room, vanity. This. And hide this screen. Right? Yeah. I imagine that while showing the new stuff for the player base unaccessible content, Tobuscus Don't Call Me Radiation Radio Show Fox was cartoonishly grinning and tip-tapping his evil fingers. I bet he's having so much fun. I would be. I think it's great. I would be like, oh, I love gaslighting my players. I'm gonna have to watch those VODs, because it just looks so fun. And then we'll use back button, probably. Back button. Is that fine? And we'll just make that a screen. Screen, back button. And that'll just display like an image button of, a little arrow. Back button. Focus mask true. I think it's hide none. Show task list. Yeah, hide none. This should jump to the full room view, basically. Oh, but I'm gonna need... Oh, you know what I can do? I can do jump... How was it? Okay. Filter screen, and then I can do like... use back button, and for this one, it'll be... whatever the name of like the place where you go to the main menu choices is. So like perform a write, this, spilled menu. So it would bring you back to the spilled menu. I could have like a little like pop-up of like, I'm done exploring, or it could just bring you back here. I don't know. I was running out of variations, so I just used whatever name started with Tobe that I had in mind. No, I love it. Tobuscus Fox, yeah. Yeah, spilled menu. This is like our main menu, essentially. Here. Spilled menu. I need to check how I did it in the other one. Hold on. It was this one. Okay, that's why. That's why. I need to... Okay. What do I call it? Like jump location or jump to? Jump to... And this should work. Yeah, jump to. And then when you call this screen, you can do different things. Yeah! We're so smart, we're so cool. Spelled menu, yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. Obviously this will need a lot of testing, but somehow Togor returned. Okay, and then we will essentially do this for each of the different room screens. I forgot, I think I need to go soon. I meant to let y'all know, and then I got so sucked into coding Okay, so I will do to do, make for each point and click room, and then we will go to the, oh yeah, I haven't even edited these image buttons. To do, make for each, area, and then append, yeah, we will do these labels and sublabels for each room. Yay! Okay, I'm feeling a lot better. Obviously we're not done, but, basically I figured out how I want to do stuff, which is what I wanted out of this stream. Oh, thank you for the follow superfuckingmario.com. Oh, yeah. Great. So I will try to do the rest of this maybe on stream. Y'all seem to like this one. Got a lot of people today. But I do unfortunately need to go. I forgot to let y'all know, and now suddenly I need to say bye, which is a shame because I want to keep going. I will probably keep doing some of this off stream, but if y'all want more of this, let me know, because I also need to update the Butler game, which is going to be a whole process. So I meant to work on the Butler game this month for Spooktober, and I didn't get to do that. So we can work on it on stream if y'all want. But yeah. Today at least we got going on the point and click update, which is like the most important thing for this 2.0 demo. The point and click and the inventory, but the inventory I haven't even begun to think about how to do that, so we'll figure it out. Goodbye, and make sure to visit superfuckingmario.com, donate 100 kromer. I'm still so scared of that website link. I don't know if I can recommend people go there, but just be safe, y'all. Be careful. Oh, I don't know. I might be able to just like do a quick BRB and come back. I'll see if I can. And if not, I don't know. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. The little train that could. The little engine that could. Let me see. If y'all give me like 3 minutes, I might be able to come back to y'all. And if not, I'll just say bye again. But let's see. 10 out of 10 doctors recommend for daily use. Okay, give me a couple minutes. Oh, 9 out of 10 doctors recommend Kiri. Thank you. Okay, I'll be right back. Kiri is gone, we can gossip. What is this? You guys are so mean to me. Why would you say this? I'm back. I'm back and I can see everything. Oh yeah, I can remove this now. So let's do a bit more, because we hadn't even been streaming for 2 hours. I was like, why would I leave now? I like to stream at least 2 hours. It just feels like a good amount of time. Okay, cool. So now that should automatically update, which is good. So let's keep going. I know we're doing like kind of not tedious, but you know what I mean? But stuff that I'm just like kind of copy pasting and fixing the syntax, but it's still fun. I still like it. Maybe I'm weird for that, but I think it's fun. Okay, so that's the bed done. Now let's do the desk. Family photo and tea. Ooh, spill the tea. So, and we can do Elif. Yeah. I think I just didn't know how to do Elifs was the problem, so I was like using if statements and the stuff would just run into itself, and I was like, why is it doing both? I only want one or the other. Here we go. Nope, not what I wanted. Because ideally I would like to set this all up today, and then obviously like I'll have screens and stuff to define, but if I can get like a good amount of it done, it'll make things go by faster later. Wow, who would imagine if you get work done, there's less work to do later. Oh my god, I'm so smart, you guys. I'm such a genius. Label. Yeah, spilled. Desk. Inventory holding will not automatically update. It's not that simple. Oh, really? Thank you for letting me know. That's so annoying. Okay, I guess I will have to put it manually every time then. Thank you for letting me know. I wish it would. Because I mean, I set it to be the length of the list, but... any program can do anything if you try hard enough. So true. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Then in that case, let me do this. Inventory holding. I guess I'll include it just to be safe. If it does update, great. If it doesn't, well, then at least we have this as like a failsafe. Oh, and I didn't even change this to earrings. That would be good. What did I break? Did I break something? Hold on. Earrings. Here we go. Append, stuffed animal, and append diary. Thank you. Okay, Yes, but that's just pain. Yeah, but sometimes I like the pain. Alternative method, give the program free will and teach it how to feel emotions so you can break it more easily into doing what you want. Yeah, simple. It's that easy. It's like that thing of like, writers and artists do this too, where we're like, well, I can picture it in my head, why can't it just like jump out of my head and onto the page? Like, I just want it to be what I can picture already. Okay, so oh wait, no. Shoot. Huh? Oh, I just like mislabeled it. I'm silly Billy T. Okay. I'm getting hungry, bro. Once I wrap stream, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat. Eaties what it is. Is that, oh wait. There we go. Like that should work. And then, do I still have it set as holding weakness? Oh, it's because of this, that's why. Yeah, that's gonna be slightly a pain to fix every time, but it's okay. And then let's do the same thing again. I'm literally gonna do this, I think, to save you all the pain of watching me do this over. What the heck? I clicked the wrong button and it tried to take a screenshot. I don't know if y'all could see that. I wish I could just manifest astral project what I want on the page, but unfortunately that spell is currently above my level. Hello, Ari, welcome in. We're just doing some coding to update my demo. Should be spilled family photo. Family photo. I'm sure I'll have some mistakes in here just because I'm doing it manually, but I'll find them eventually. This should be desk. Yeah, desk. Cool. Sorry. There we go. I might just separate these out a little bit more just so I can see. There we go. I like to really like separate out my code and like organize it with like labels and stuff. Could the demo man beat your demo? Who is the demo man? And what about a demogorgon? I don't know. Maybe they could. I don't know them. Oh, excuse me. Oh gosh. Let's see. Desk is done. And then we have the bookshelf. Okay. We're almost done with these. There's probably like more efficient ways even to do this, but okay, oh, that's right, I do have this. Okay. Prayer beads or bracelet. Okay. Oh, I did this in a really convoluted way. That's really funny. It's not that convoluted because I understand completely why it needs to be this way, but it is a little bit annoying. Build room. This will be not desk. This is the bookshelf. Yeah, okay. That'll be fun. He likes Scrumpy? I don't know what we're talking about. Scrumpy? Also violence, including high-level explosions. I also like explosions. Okay. So this will be where we do the or instead of and. So we'll do or prayer beads or, oh, sorry. Or bracelet. I could explain this. This is definitely spoilers, but I do like this mechanic. Although before I move forward, actually, I think I do need to talk through this mechanic to make sense of what I want to do with it, because so basically there's an item in the demo that you misidentify the first time you pick it up, and you need to do something with the item to realize what it actually is. And if you misidentify it, you use it for the wrong rite. But now I'm gonna have the inventory set up where you can use any item for any rite. So I think I will still need to include both names for the item, but yeah. No, I think what I was doing is fine. Yeah. Because I will still need to include both names for the item and, like, include the way that it's used incorrectly. Because that was a pretty strong red herring, and I really like that mechanic. But, yeah. Just that the only thing is that now, you know, now anything can be used for the wrong rite, so it's not as unique, but still the misidentifying is pretty interesting, and because of the way that it's misidentified, it's easy to accidentally use it for the wrong rite, basically. Yeah. Also, I'm saying right as in R-I-T-E, not like the wrong right, like the wrong right thing. And then if 4-leaf clover is an inventory list. I'm getting hungry. I know I already said that, but it's true. Yeah, I was using the jump every time just because I didn't know how to elif. That's so funny. Elif. Oh. Okay. If I wasn't holding it and bracelet known as false. Okay, so this already covers if I'm holding either one. So elif, not holding either one, and bracelet known equals false. I can just set that to elif, bracelet known equals false. Oh wait. If I'm not holding it, yeah, that should be fine. Elif bracelet known equals false, then we get these descriptions. Okay. If 4-leaf clover, this should work. And this is our default description where the item is misidentified and we're not holding it. Wait, why is this default description? No, default description should be if we're not holding anything. Oh yeah, no, yeah. We're not, okay. Because it's under the else, not elf. Elf. Zara literally predicted my manual typo, my vocal typo. You ever imagine that red herrings are mad about the fact that we use their species names for a saying? Literally, I wonder sometimes. I'm like, how do you even talk about red herrings without bringing up, like, mystery shows and stuff? Like, elif bracelet known equals true. Wait, yeah. This covers all scenarios where you have one of the two. If you don't have either of the two, then if bracelet known equals false, you get these. And if you don't have either of the two and bracelet known equals true, then you get these. Yeah, that all makes sense. I keep doing things that I don't want to do. And finally, else. Okay. Oh, did I forget the jump? Oh yeah, we need to call a screen, that's why. We need to call a screen at the end of the descriptions. Here we go. And this will be, instead of bed, this will be desk. And instead of bed, this will be bookshelf. There we go. Now we're good. Because I was like, otherwise it's just jumping straight into the items as if we'd selected them. Yeah. Okay. Indeed. Indeed-a-rooney. If, elif, call screen. Okay. Cool. I'm like not talking. I'm just like so locked in right now. continue here. This is gonna be a sub-label. This will be prayer beads. Oh, I can just call it bracelet. And then we can do this will be if bracelet known. Or if not bracelet known. If bracelet known equals false. And if bracelet known equals true. Oh, I have them separated completely. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. Let me read this really quick. I have it separated here. This is the menu choice. If you're not holding it and you don't know, then you pick them up. But this is based on the fact that the menu choice has to change. So I think it's fine if I combine them here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then if it's full, we'll do bracelet. If not, selected item. And then if known or not known. Yeah. Nope. Prayer beads. And this should be selected item. Oh, I forgot! I forgot! No! I forgot I wanted to reset selected item every time. Have I been doing that? I don't think I have been. Dang it, I'll have to go back and fix that. Ugh. That's so annoying. Oh, I see why it would have been nice to separate it. It's fine. I don't actually care. It's a little less efficient, but I think it would be... There's efficiencies and inefficiencies either way. There we go. Okay. All of this is good. But all of that is just for the bracelet. Unrelated, but once I need a new closet, I will buy one out of glass so that somebody asks me why my closet is made of glass, I can reply foreshadowing. Not because I'm in the closet, but just because I want to confuse everybody as much as possible. Just make people think that. Wait, don't do that? Don't do what? Did I do something? Hello, little toucan. Welcome to the stream. Wait, don't do that. What did I do? Something coding? Something stupid while I was coding? Probably. Probably, because everything I do is stupid when I'm coding. Little pickup bracelet. Yeah. Four-leaf clover. Why is there cars outside? People should just stay indoors and never drive anywhere. My hot take of the day. I would actually really like... No, wait. I'm thinking about it, right? Because... I think I'll just edit that within the screen, because the four-leaf clover is inside a book. It would be cute if you had to, like, click on the book to open it and reveal the four-leaf clover, but I think I'll just, like, open and close it with the screen automatically. Behind you there is scary code. Little toucan, I switched. Welcome over to Twitch side. What language is this? So this is a Python-based language in the game engine RenPy. Python, the scariest of languages. So it's basically Python, but it's like simplified and it has a lot of stuff already built in for the purpose of making visual novels. It's nice because it has a lot of stuff like already done for you, like the main menu, the options, like a bunch of stuff is already done for you and you just have to like put in your game basically. So it's nice. Okay. Four-leaf clover. That should be good. Yippee! And then I've looked around enough, will just be the back button. So we don't even need that. Whoa! We did like a whole section, guys! Awesome! So now all the item picking up and item descriptions should be updated, which I'm really happy about. Oh, except I said I wanted to clear selected item. Is there a way I can do that just by jumping into the... No, I'm gonna need to do it every time, huh? I forgot I wanted to do that. Selected item. And let me actually set that, define that as a variable, because I don't think I've done it yet. Default selected item equals none. None. And then we'll find it, and I'm just gonna have to add in a line about, like, here it is. I did it the first time, then I forgot to do it after that. I'm so mad. That's what I get for doing it manually, instead of just copy-pasting and editing what I needed. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. That wasn't so painful, but it was annoying that I forgot. I've heard Python is less powerful, but I have no clue why. If you don't know, I know less. I'm a very, very beginner coder. Let's see. Python is very funny. I watched it. C# for y'all. Oh, Godot. I've been wanting to learn Godot. I keep saying I'm going to. It's slower because it's a higher level language, but faster to create things in. What, Python? I want to contribute, but I don't know. I don't know anything about other languages. Python, yeah. Floofy Rex says, code that I don't understand. Splendid. Welcome, Floofy Rex. It's less powerful because it's dumped all its stat points in charisma. Honestly, I kind of get what you mean. I know you're probably joking, but like, yeah, absolutely. I feel like Python, at least for me, is like very easy to look at and just be like, this is what this says. Like, it's very straightforward to me. If then, I understand if then statements in English and in Python. I don't know like what all the differences are between different coding languages, so, you know, but yeah, that was not English. That was not a sentence. Hold on. Let me inventory select time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like define a bunch of screens. Let's go back to doing that because I was in the middle of that when I left and went to my BRB screen. Yes, so let's update these. So we have the vanity, what did I say? The vanity, the bed, the desk, and the bookshelf. Desk. Bookshelf. Spelled room. Bed. Desk. So yeah, hopefully I can make this make sense for people who don't know coding stuff, but essentially what we're doing right now is we are making a point and click game. So I need to create the buttons that you click on in each different section of the game. So when you see image button like this, I'm defining this is the image that you will see. This is basically telling it like not to click on the transparent parts of the image, and this is what happens if you click the button. So that's all we're doing right now. It looks maybe a little intimidating for people who don't know coding stuff, but that's essentially all it is. So yeah. Oh, we got some binary. Zara says, basically, the higher level the language, the more close to human the language is, and generally slower. Lower level means closer to the machine, like assembly, but obviously writing a program in assembly would create for a super efficient program, but take forever to write, and no one wants to do that. Yeah, exactly. So, like, for me, Python is very easy to read, which I guess is what you're saying with, like, higher level. So if I had to, like, code something more technically, I would not know what I was doing. As someone who doesn't know coding, I'm shaking and crying right now. It's okay, Oris Greed, I'll hold your hand. We can get through this. Floofy Rex asks, how'd you learn game dev? Because I want to make a visual novel, but I don't know where to start as someone who despises math and computer stuff with a passion. I highly recommend visual novels as like a good game dev like starter drug. What is the word? Not starter drug. Gateway drug. I find RenPy to be like very user friendly, very beginner friendly. And like I said, it has a lot of stuff built in for you. So if you like open a blank RenPy game like with basically nothing in it, it already has things like the text box, the main menu, the like options screen. And so there's like a lot of visual stuff already ready for you. Devway game. There's a lot of visual stuff already ready for you, and there's a lot of coding stuff already ready for you. So if you want to make a game, like obviously what I'm doing is like behind the scenes, like very complicated stuff. But if we look at Hexen House and we scroll past like all the screens and all the like random stuff, if we get to this is where the game starts. And if you want to make like a very simple RenPy game, you can ignore a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, and you can literally type things like this. N, quote, there was a young woman walking alone in the woods, period, quote. And the RenPy has it set up to make it very easy for you to like add dialogue like that. So N just means narrator in this case, which you define up at the top. But if you wanted to, if you didn't want to define any characters, if you didn't want to do like basically any like complicated code, you could even type out narrator and then what the narrator says. Like, it's very user-friendly. The only reason that we use, like, one letter at a time and define the character, unless you want to do really specific stuff, is just so that it saves the character name and you only have to type one letter instead of typing the name out every time. But stuff like that is, like, very, easy, in my opinion, for someone to pick up. Like, you can make a Ren'Py game as complicated or uncomplicated as you want. For me, I come up with like a lot of stuff. Thank you so much for the follow. I come up with like a lot of stuff that I'm like, ooh, I wonder if this would work in Ren'Py. Let me break the game engine to make it work. But you absolutely don't have to do that. You can write just dialogue and just show image functions, or whatever, and have like a perfectly good game. So you can make it what you want, basically. Technically, for the average person, anything from C to Python is just as good as each other, but if you, for example, made a game with more complex logic and a lot of things happening, you'd want to lean away from things like Python for a speed boost. But for visual novels and puzzle games, Python is completely acceptable. Yeah, what I've found, I've done like a lot of crazy random prototypes in Ren'Py, and I have not noticed personally any like speed issues or lag issues, which is why I continue to use it. Like, I've made like point and click puzzles, I've made like stuff with timers and things, and I have never noticed any delay on my end. So it works for my purposes. Oris says, as someone who played Hexenhaus, I can confirm there was indeed a young woman in the woods, so it definitely works. Thanks for the thanks for the vote of confidence. One addendum to what I said, says Zara. By complex logic, I mean complicated things happening frequently, like every frame. Yeah, my games don't tend to have stuff that complicated, but the most I tend to have is like things moving around the screen or like images changing, but nothing like super crazy, like heavy load on the computer. Thanks for that. I'm gonna look into Ren'Py while I figure out how to write. Yay! I'm so glad I could convince you! I feel like I'm like leading you into a cult. Yay! No, I really look forward to your journey. I hope you can make some cool stuff. Ren'Py cult, hell yeah. One of us. One of us. Join us, says Lil Toucan. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, not view. Please don't view. I want to go here. Why have I not saved? What was I doing? Okay. I was just yapping, as I usually do, for each point and click room. Okay, we'll do that. Yippee. Proudly joining the Kirigaya Ren'Py cult. Yay! Thank you! Join us! You say as if programming isn't a cult already. Well, yeah, like, it's the Ren'Py cult within the programming cult, but they're not a part of either, so, you know, we're leading them in. The reason I don't like Python is because I like my parentheses, brackets, and semicolons, shakes fist at Cloud. I've heard about the semicolons, but I have no idea what the purpose of them could possibly be. Like, at all. I know that supposedly they're very important, but I'm just like, what? Semicolons? I use semicolons all the time when I'm like writing like prose, but so true and real, brackets, semicolon. This is like a secret language that I don't understand. Bueno, yo también podría hablar en otro idioma, pero here, let's make more point and click rooms. And we will use the back button. This will be... Hold on. I need to go check what I called everything, lol. Because we're gonna do the vanity, but I don't remember what I called the vanity screen. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And then, The back button, what should it be? Spilled room vanity without the screen. That makes sense. Spilled room vanity. Oh wait, no, it shouldn't go. No, it should go to the full, like, room, actually. That's the point of it. It's supposed to go here. Spilled room. Cool. Yeah, because this one, when we're already in the main room, will take you back to the main choice menu. But when we're in one of the zoomed in sections, it'll take you back to the full room. So if you want to keep exploring, you can click on other ones. Yeah. Semicolon just means this instruction isn't done. The same as putting a line break in Python, but if you have a long instruction, you can put line breaks in to make it more readable, and then use the semicolon to tell the computer when the instruction is really done. Interesting. I'm not sure I fully get it, but like the line breaks are for your readability and the semicolons are for the computer's readability, basically. I'm not opposed to semicolons, I just don't think a semicolon should become president, or maybe it should. The standard over there seems to be very low. Oh yeah. Semicolon for president. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh. I don't like that there's a, well, there should be, right? Okay. So in the vanity, each area only has 2 image buttons. Like I said, I might add more image buttons, but haven't decided yet. For now, we'll stick to the ones that are already there. The perfume and the earrings. Okay, perfume. Well, if I could type, that would be great. Perfume. Oh, I already forgot. It is literally just spilled perfume. That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. Yeah. Also, why do I have a space? I would rather use a underscore. Underline, whatever. Should I change it at this point? It's fine. Oh, maybe I can just do spilled. I don't think I need room here. I can just do spilled. Yeah, that's fine. The smiling semicolon bracket. The smiling semicolon bracket is big Night to Umbridge vibes, which I don't know if y'all watch FSP, but he has, like, his model, the mouth has that little, like, V in the middle, and it looks like the semicolon. It's so cute. Having spaces in file names seems illegal. I agree, but I don't want to go through and change every single one manually. That feels annoying. I might be able to find all, replace all. TLDR, Python indents and line breaks are required and important. In C, completely optional, but very good for readability, so they are there anyway, and sometimes used more than needed for reading if the thing is complicated. I see. When me, a user, makes a file name, I put spaces, but when I type it in code, I feel fear. Yeah, if I'm not, like, doing stuff for game dev, like, I'll name a image file with, like, spaces in it. But for game dev, I feel like I need to, like, include the underscores. Like, this, the fact that there's an underscore and then a space makes me think I'm gonna mistype it. So I think I should change it. Let's find all and replace all. And instead of the space, we'll do an underscore, because otherwise I'm going to mistype it, and we don't want that. Okay. And then we can add, like I said, more image buttons if needed, but for now, that'll be good. And then let's do that for the bed, let's do that for the desk, let's do that for the bookshelf. Yeah, bed. I like to keep things in the same order every time if possible, because that way I can look for it easily. Bed. And then, in the bed, what are the items? I already forgot. Bed, screen. Okay, we have the stuffed animal. And... no, excuse me, the diary. Ugh. Oh yeah, and I will also, I need to be doing this from the start, I keep forgetting. I need to set them, with, like, if they're picked up, if they're in your inventory, then obviously the image button won't show up. Let me check how I did that here. Because here, this is the prototype that I was talking about, that I have, like, a different system set up in this one. But... okay, if condition equals none. Yeah, if else... I don't need to do that. I can just... let me check Hexenhaus, because that's more accurate to what I was doing. I think I have like an opening door... open... armoire. Okay, if armoire closed, if armoire... let's look for this in the screen. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I can do that, so... okay. I can do that for each image button, but with the list that I set up. List... yeah. Cool, we'll do that. A little tedious, but that way things should be able to appear and disappear as needed. Obviously these will not disappear because this is places in the room, but for everything else, if... and then if nothing is visible, I guess we could just, like, go back automatically, maybe? Wait, yeah. If there's nothing available, do we just go back? Oh, but we'll have the back button. We can just use the back button. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Is there a way to just... okay, yeah. I thought there was, but for some reason I wasn't sure. I didn't want to accidentally delete stuff. And diary. Okay, we're almost done with that. I love how Zara switches from code expert to :3 within seconds. I do too, and I feel like we're very similar in that way. I'm not a code expert, but I switch from like, okay, here, I'm coding, and then like, teehee. I've been writing a lot of file access code recently, and the fear I feel when formatting my jar file names is immense, yeah. I had one part of my code accidentally save an extensionless file once. Oh no. File extensions are technically a suggestion. That was my favorite lesson learned when coding. You want to save text to an MP4 file? Why not? You can do it. Doesn't mean a video player can play it, but you can. I guess that's true. There are a lot of things with like ARGs and stuff where people like use the wrong file format to save information, which is always very fun. Okay, desk. Okay, at least I caught that early, so now it'll be built in when I copy paste. So now we have, what did I say, desk? I already forgot. Desk. Again, I'm sure there are more efficient ways. I'm sure people are screaming at me in the chat, don't do that. That's, you're gonna screw it up. Your code is so inefficient. Yeah, but it's mine, teehee. And I can do whatever I like as long as it works. Desk, screen. We have the T and the family photo. Cool. Yeah, it's with a space. Okay, T and family photo. Okay. You can also use polyglot files, a file that when the extension is changed can work as another format. And did you know thanks to floppy disks, you can technically add a zip file at the end of basically any file type? That's... I don't even know what to say to that. That's insane. The fun thing about being crazy is that you don't have to believe anyone else. It's so true. Until you're making a lot of interacting systems, who cares about good code? I mean, yeah. Like, to some degree, it's important to have, like, good, concise code. But as long as things make sense and work, I don't care that much if it's, like, the most efficient it possibly could be. Like, I know I'm copy-pasting, like, a lot of stuff that people will probably get mad at me about. And that's why in this prototype, I did, like, set it up and, like, look at this. Like, this is, like, so much less going on in each screen. But it's also, like, harder to understand for me. And, it makes it, like, here, if I know I want to change, like, specifically this image button, I can just go in and, like, change this. Here, I have to, like, remember how I coded things like this, and, like, remember what goes where, and, like, it's a whole thing, so, there's pros and cons to everything. And then let's do, what is it? The bookshelf. The main problem here is that I'm gonna be doing this for every level in the game, so like these are just the spilled point and click screens. Like I could separate it. Here, let's do spilled PAC screens. And then like when I make more levels, I could separate it further. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just like, oh my god, my throat made a weird ass noise. I'm just organizing really quick. Yeah, okay. Gosh, I get distracted so easily. So easily. This is the bookshelf. I said TLDR, then use Twitch's 500 character limit. File extension doesn't matter, it just tells a program how to read the header bytes at the start of a file. But due to floppy disks, a zip file could be stored over many floppy disks, and adding something to a zip would suck if you had to insert 2 floppy disks, the one at the end and the one with the header. So zip headers are at the bottom, so you could have a PNG header at the front so it can be read as an image, and a zip file at the bottom that hides a bunch of files. What? Coding is insane. Coding is crazy. TLDR floppy disk go wobble. Oh, I understand now. Okay, thank you. And when you're coding, typically you just read the next few bytes as text or whatever. So for my programming, you don't really need an extension. Interesting. I'm nodding and pretending I understood. Like, Zara, you're like constantly doing like bleps and like :3s, and then you're like so smart. Like actually so smart. Okay, we have bracelet and 4-leaf clover. Oh no, I did it wrong. I did it wrong! It should be if not. Damn it. Can I do if not or not? Or do I have to do different, like, lines for that? Because I want to do, like, if this is not in the list or... No. And this is not in the list? But it's if not, so I don't know if I can do if not and not. Can I do that? Is that too complicated? Thankies, it's true! You're so intelligent. Coding is fake news in the woke agenda. I know this because a fox on the news told me. I think you can. I'll try it. I'll have to test all of this later because I'm just like blindly coding without testing it, and my coding friends are losing their mind. I don't know Python. Fair enough. I mean, from my understanding, coding is essentially writing something into program and yelling, no, you do this now. Yeah, basically, that's all it is. It's just like telling the computer what to do. And if it doesn't do what you want, then you put it in the timeout corner. Okay, well I need to change all of these because I did it wrong. After I was like, oh, good thing I caught that. If not, perfume and inventory holding list. If not, an inventory holding list. Okay, let me see. If not, Python if not. I literally googled this earlier in the stream. Okay. And then Silksong Hornet says Sha and you try and fight her. Then I find her and take fucking double damage. Are y'all just roleplaying Silksong in the chat? Oh my god. Okay, we'll try this. Hopefully it works. If not. If not. And not? I think that'll work. If it doesn't work, I'll just cry. Simple. Okay, so those are the point and click screens for spilled milk. I did this. Did I add anything else to the to-do? I think I did it already. Oh yeah, make for each room? I did. Go me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna remove these. Okay, well, while we're here, let's find all the holding weakness mentions. Okay, we can do, instead of this, or not holding weakness on it, or not, if length is not 0, right? If inventory holding not 0. Yeah, I think that should work. And then yeah, the same. If not equals 0. If not equals 0. Why is it changing? Like, why was it not recognizing it before? Because that's weird. That makes me nervous. I found the probably selected item or use item. Oh yeah, I'll probably need to change this dialogue anyway, because this is based on what you're holding in the scenario that you only have 2 items, one of which is only for weakness and one of which is only for blessing. So instead I will need to do, based on what you're using. It could still be I found, but no, it can still be I found. I can just do selected item. And then that means I can remove this because, this is, yeah, holding weakness. I found the selected item. Cool. Yeah, that's gonna clean up a lot of my code, actually. I'm so glad. I'm voicing out my frustrations at almost everything in Silksong doing double damage. Youch. I only use Python when I'm forced to, Blender, so I have 0 answers to Python questions other than it would be weird if you couldn't do that. Fair enough. Python can do a lot. Who is to do and why do they have so many tasks? Holy shit, I'm making programming jokes. I need to go outside. It's okay, we're all, you know, we're all being nerds in here together. No, I'm not mind broken for writing 2 exporters for my PSX compatible texture and model formats. I don't even want to begin to know what that means. Y'all are actually, like, beyond me. Glorbglap? Slorbo Glorbo? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god. Y'all are like actually losing your minds. This is crazy. If selected item equals prayer beads. If selected item equals perfume. So I will need to add a thing, basically that thing I already added elsewhere where it's like it jumps you to a inventory selection screen. I will need to add that here. Oh yeah, that's what, yeah, instead of I found, we could do this. Or we could do, yeah, we could do certain holy items will weaken or even injure the presence. And then what item should I try or something like that, and then it jumps you to the inventory select screen. You click. I have the blank like to confirm what you selected, and then should I perform the rite? Yeah, I think that will be good. So certain holy items will weaken or even injure the presence. What item, what item should I use? What item should I choose? What item should I use? And then I'll insert that, and then I have the blank. Instead of I found, I have the blank. Should I perform the suppressing rite? Okay, and then, I don't remember what I called the inventory screen that I haven't defined, but I called it something. Shoot. It was probably with the perfume. Here it is. Call screen inventory select item. Okay. Should I be... I don't even know. Hold on. Oh yeah, I haven't defined it anywhere. Great. Let me check this really quick. Do I need to put these in parentheses? I'll figure it out. Are you using Visual Studio Code? Yes. And I have like a plugin or some kind of thing that makes it light up pretty colors so that I know that it's somewhat correct syntax. Cursed to be the only one here that doesn't code, just like the fortune cookie said. I try to explain things when I remember to, but sometimes I'm just like sucked in and I'm just like working. Slorbo Glorbo, the well-known programming pattern. Damn. You see, I'm showing my noobness because I don't know Slorbo Glorbo. The difference between VS and VS Code? Is VS something different? Here, call screen, inventory select item, and then it'll jump back here, so I'll need to create a different label, I guess. Dang, I wish I didn't have to create a different label. But I'm gonna need to jump here, so. Right. Confirm. These labels just get longer and longer. Should all of this just go under this label, or does it matter much? Does it matter much? Because I'd rather not tab everything, because then if it turns out I didn't need to do that, or I need to undo it, then it'll be really annoying to fix. Let me see. RenPy labels. Labels and control flow. When in doubt, just look it up. Yeah, I think everything needs to be in a label, so yeah. Okay. We'll do it. This is gonna be so annoying. Literally all of this needs to be tabbed. Here we go. Oh. So we have this confirm. I have this item that you selected. Should I perform the rite? Yes, then I shall proceed. No, then choose another holy item. I have it set here where if you want to choose another holy item, it takes you all the way back so that you can, like, go out and pick one up, because I had it set where you could only have one for that rite. But I could just bring you back to the inventory again, and if you want to go back, then it'll take you back to the room. Because choose another holy item sounds like choosing from the inventory, but find another holy item would be bringing you back to the room. I'm only hesitating because I don't know how to make it so that the inventory brings you back to the correct room every time. But that's something I'll need to figure out anyway, so... Because, like, let's say you open the inventory on the main room screen, then when you close it, it should just hide and go to the main room screen. But if you close the inventory from this point when you're in the middle of the dialogue, what happens? You know? I guess you can only initiate this rite from the main room, but you could also open the inventory in, like, the subrooms, and then how do you... I don't want it to always go to the main room. Ugh. Hi, Kiri! Hi, Green Snack! How are you? Welcome in. So good to see you, pythons. Yeah, we got some pythons. You got some pythons in your message, looks like. Actually, that might be like a snapping turtle. It looks like a snake to me. I think Python doesn't have compilers. I think VS Code has no compiler built in. Yeah, RunPy compiles everything for you, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh, VS has compilers built in. I didn't know. There's a snake on the loose. Oh no. Be careful, y'all. What is it, like, black and yellow kill a fellow? I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm gonna get you killed. Red and black friend of Jack? I don't know. I could just split it up between choose another holy item and find another holy item. Or I could just bring you back to the main room. Don't worry, I don't have any teeth. Used to be called Komodo Hype. Oh, it's a Komodo lizard. I did not know that. Because I know, like, the, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Quality of life. Quality of life would be you can go back to the inventory and pick what you want, and if you don't have what you want, you can press the back button and start examining again to find what you want. But I'm just scared that the inventory, I don't know how to make it take you different places depending on where you are unless I create a whole variable for it, and that seems inefficient. Because normally, if you hide a screen, it just hides and you're back to where you were. But because this... Because this would, like, if I change this to this, then it'll just loop this section until you choose something. Or until you back out. Let me see. How did I do the inventory here? I actually didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't do it yet. Inventory management, list inventory, view inventory. On hide, yeah, hide. Action hide. But if we action hide while we're in the middle of this, what happens? Gosh. Do you do UI using code? Well, yes. I know in Godot there's like really cool ways to do it like visually. But at least for me, from what I've seen in RunPy, you code what you want to appear. You, me, action hiding. Sorry, I'm just stuck here because I don't know, unless I like create a separate version of the inventory screen where the button is different, like, I'm just trying to figure this out. Is it not pronounced RunP? So the pi comes from Python, and it's supposedly the name RunPy is also a pun on RenI, which is a Japanese term. So it's RenPy. Oh my god. Yeah, it looks like RenP, right? But it's from Python. I am so silly. It's okay, we can be silly together. Ren pissed? Oh my god, Ren! How rude of you to piss all over the screen. What? Who said that? I got an ad for DoorDash adding FOMO addiction video game mechanics in there. That's so crazy. What the hell? Oh my god, no way. Nah, the gamification is crazy. I don't think I've ever used DoorDash a day in my life. Is it any good? Those of y'all who have used it? Quality of life is telling me to just put you back in the inventory. Well, inventory select item is already a separate screen from the regular inventory. So you only open that version of the inventory when you're prompted to select an item. So you could have like a back arrow that says like return to main room, or like, not that says, but like that it returns you to the main room instead of you having to select something. But no, but it should return you to where you are already. That's what this is. This returns you to where you are. God. I just want a way to kick you back to the spilled room, and that's what this does right now. So even though it might be a little bit annoying to have to go back and click through all of this again to select something different, I think that's what it's gonna have to be. Unless I can think of a different solution later. But I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, so we were looking at weakness holding. Is it not called that? I already forgot the name of the variable because I'm not using it anymore. I want to get rid of it. Holding weakness. Because once we get... Oh! There's no more? If there's no more, then I can delete it, which is exactly what I want. Holding weakness. Hell yeah. Yes. Yes. And now we can do the same with holding blessing. Also, code UI is so ew. I agree. I mean, I can include like images for like the text boxes and stuff. But I have to place them with code basically, unless they're already defined within RenPy's like default stuff. DoorDash needs to implement loot boxes. Used DoorDash once pizza got stolen. No. I mean, I've heard of stuff getting stolen on other stuff too, but like a month ago, this wasn't early DoorDash. Trying to make a variable obsolete so I can finally delete it. Yeah, because that was like the whole point of this stream basically, is like updating the inventory system, because I know it was like totally borked in the original demo and like it didn't make any sense. So I was like, I just want to make it make sense, please. So the fact that I can delete that stupid variable makes me so happy. Time to draw a diagram, the programmer's favorite part of programming. Refactoring, woohoo, yeah. Yeah, I might need to, like, sit down and think about how I want to do the inventory back button, because in most scenarios, that back button will work. But if you're being prompted to pick something, then if you hit the back button, it should end that interaction and put you where you were already. And I'm scared that we're going back to this. We're going back to this. Selected item. Actually, we were in the suppressing, right? That's easier. So here. If we set this as the place for it to go, and we tell it to choose another item, and we pull up this select item inventory. If you choose an item, great. We'll go back here and we'll go through. If you don't choose an item, then you should end up back at the spilled room. I can just set it. Oh, I can just set it here. Oh my god. Because I'm gonna need to set that here anyways. Spilled room. So this will be what happens when you click on an item, and this will be what happens when you click on the back button. And it's that simple. Oh my god. Oh, finally. I was like, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Okay, that means I do need to update wherever these are to do the same thing. So this one, if you click on an item, it'll go to this label. But if you click back, it should go to spilled room vanity. And I will need to define that anyway, so why not just add it into the function? Whoa, into the screen. Whoa! Guys, I'm so smart. I'm so stupid. I want to start a company that's all about stealing other people's DoorDash orders and delivering them to new customers. Imagine like you didn't order DoorDash and it just someone else's order just shows up at your house. Oh my god. Suppressing? You want to suppress people, Kiri? I thought better of you. I want to suppress everyone who isn't me. I love hearing my own voice. It's the thinking about versus doing it dichotomy. Oh god. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Okay, let me do this. What? Spilled room vanity. Oh, I feel so good about this. And this will be the bed. Spilled room. Bed. Whoa. Whoa. I literally just couldn't visualize it because since I hadn't coded that screen, I didn't realize instead of hiding, like I will need to hide, but I need to decide what to show anyway. Like I need to decide where to go or what to show or whatever. Before just plopping you anywhere. This should also be desk. Yeah, desk. Shout out to desk. My bestie, desk. Okay. Yay! Oh my goodness. Oh wait, yeah. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so this will be... I'll just set this as to do so I don't miss it later. First is if selected item. Second is back button. Yay! Okay. Whoa. Okay, so now we can go to Holding Blessing. And we'll probably do some of the same, but I just need to find where it is and what I can do about it. If Holding Blessing equals none. Oh, I'm gonna need to write more scenarios. Yay! I'm excited. I'm excited. Genuinely. This also depends on just automatically showing her something. I could also have you choose to show her something. Which I think is more fun anyway, because I like giving the player choices. So, again, we could do selecting something or backing out. And in the case of backing out, we could have it be a label here with none, where you don't show her anything and she doesn't say anything. So... Okay, so we will need that inventory select. Select? How did I... select? Oh gosh. Inventory select item. Here we go. No. Holding blessing. Here. Okay. Hesitates. This could be if you have nothing in your inventory or if you choose to show her nothing. So I'll set this as a label. Label. Show. Build v show. Whoa, if I can type. Show nothing. Label. Show spilled v nothing. So if you have nothing in your inventory, it'll go to this automatically. But also if you select nothing, then it'll also go there. Cool, 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 cool. Show spilled V, nothing. And show spilled V. Oh, can I interpolate within here? Probably not. Shoot. I'll just, I'll just do this. It's a little cheaty, but it works. Label show spilled V. Ah! Because I already have them separated out anyway, so why not just use that to my advantage? And then we will change this to the inventory list. If in inventory holding list. I got sucked by short form content. What is going on? You got sucked. Dang. I'm just trying to reformat the code to not include variables that no longer matter. The personal project I finished 2 days ago had collapsed in terms of code readability, but the code is done, so I don't have to worry about it. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, as long as it works. Imagine if a writer takes magic mushrooms and learns that they are only good at writing when they're tripping fat balls. Isn't that just Stephen King? Period. End of sentence. Like, that's truly what I believe. Oh, thank you for the follow, Acrostal. I'm missing all of these. A text editor designed for editing and making special text on a specific website. What is that? Oh, that's what you made. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Did I copy this already? Here. And then I was over in Spilled Talk. V. Over here. Show. Here we go. Oh, I can do the length as well. I could be length. Let's see. Oh yeah, all of this will need to be tabbed over, and then we'll have sub-labels. Oh wait, it doesn't need to be in the list. It just needs to be if it's selected. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. If selected item. Here we go. Selected item. Oh, that's actually so much easier than what I was gonna do. Selected item. Okay, so instead of this, we need to basically append and remove the prayer beads and bracelet as needed. Append and remove. I'll do that in a second. Correct. Okay. Selected item. Yeah. Oh, length. Okay. If inventory holding, yeah, okay. Holding, blessing. Here. If this equals 0. Cool, 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 cool. I feel so smart. Like changing the color of words. I just saw the YouTube thumbnail. Yeah, what do you think? Is it accurate? Okay, holding blessing. So let's see. Oh yeah, I'll do this in a second. Oh yeah, I can do this the same way I did the suppressing rite. Let me find that. I have this. Should I perform the rite? Okay, okay, okay. So let's do the same thing here. I have. What should I bless? Let me check how I wrote that up there. I said, like, what item should I use, which is very clunky. What? Maybe just what should I use instead of what item. What should I use? Certain holy items. Which should I use? Which one should I use? What should I use? I think that's fine. Okay. Okay. Oh, and this should be not weakness, right? This should be blessing, right? Blessing. Blessing. And label. Oh, maybe I already have that here. No, I don't. Label. Which means all of this needs to be tabbed over. There we go. And this should be a blessing, right? Okay. Perfection. The whole reason I'm here. So y'all want to see me cry, is that what you're saying? Also, unrelated, lately I've been trying to get into pixel art again, and I usually post my daily drawings. I love pixel art. I try to do some, and I'm not good at it. It's really hard. For some reason, the 5 artists that regularly heart my stuff are usually the same people, so I wonder, do I just happen to always get on their feed, or do they get bored and go like, I wonder if that weirdo drew something again today? I mean, they could just be your fans. That happens. It's pretty cute. I feel like I tend to get likes, for example, like on Twitter, on Blue Sky, from the same people usually. I think it's just like, oh, we're buddies. Like, they like my stuff, you know? This should be selected item. Oh my god, it's 6 p.m? Or like, almost 6 p.m? How did that happen? How long have I been streaming? 3.5 hours? Oh my god. Okay, holding blessing. How did I do this? Oh, selected item. That's right. And like I said, I will need to write more scenarios because now every item can be used. So I will need to write more scenarios for the victims' reactions, for the rights. Which I'm fine with, because I think that's fun. I look forward to it. Okay, append and remove. I can do that. Append. Append bracelet. Basically, instead of like, renaming it, I'll just swap it out. And obviously this is not Spice Jars holding, this should be, I think it's inventory holding, is that what I went with? Bracelet. And then I don't remember how to remove, I have the clear function in here, but I don't remember how to remove a specific one. Because I don't have it in this project, so let me look that up. Bracelet. Renpai lists. Append. Do we not have append in here? Python append list. Not list to list. Append list. Oh god, come on. Remove from list. Okay. Is it literally just remove? Because I have append and... Is it append and remove? It is remove. Okay, that's what I thought. So we will remove prayer beads. That should work. Okay. Top 10 reasons I don't do 2D games. I don't want to do pixel art. I don't want to draw 100 frames in normal animation either. Yeah, I have like an idea for a Godot like 2D RPG game that I want to make, and the animations kind of stress me out. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be like fun but not fun. So I totally get it. I wish I had two of me, one to code, one to do assets, because I like doing both but not at the same time. Felt. Oh, that's such a big mood. I want to do everything, partially for like artistic vision and partially because I like drawing and I like coding, but doing both is like a lot of work, so yeah. Okay, holding blessing should be all clear now. Yep. We can remove that one too. Yay! So officially, we no longer have the restriction of only 2 items. We can now hold 5 items in the inventory. I just need to code that inventory screen, which I have not done yet. But like, because of this holding list, the game knows what's in your inventory. You just won't be able to access it until I code that screen. But yeah. We have not had any hydrates today. How about I redeem my own, can I? Hydrate. Redeem. I want to teach you the ways of Godot. We should do a Godot learning stream. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh, Green Snack redeemed Hydrate too. You have infinity points? I do. There you go. That's for you, Green Snack. Posture check, thank you. I am in fact hunched over my computer like a shrimp. Check your posture. Here, let's see if I can get any good back cracks. Probably not. That's all I got. Yeah, I get infinity of my own channel points, which is pretty nice. I can just redeem whatever I want. Let's see. But yeah, lots of progress. Yippee. I really need to do the inventory. The select. I keep forgetting what it's called. Select item. Yeah. I'm gonna need to make this. I'm not gonna like fully write it out right now, but I need to at least put it in here so I don't forget what I need to add. And I will also need a regular inventory that is not this one. So this is if select if back. Sure, that works. And we need screen inventory screen. And that one will just be the regular version of the inventory. Basically, this is if you're prompted to select something, and this is if you just open the inventory yourself and you can manually look at things and, I guess, use them on people? Maybe not, because I think if I wanted to do the use function, that would just trigger writes, but I think I'd rather do it the way that I have set up with, like, the selection, where it says, like, perform a write, and you click on it and go to that option. So I think I'd rather do that. So I won't have, like a use function. I'll just have maybe, like, a description or something, so you can, like, view it. I could also optionally have like a mark next to it if you currently have it set as one of your puzzle solutions, just so you can check easily. But you can also check by like dismissing if you want, so I don't know. Oh, we got another hydrate from Oris. Let me hydrate for you. Everyone hydrate! There you go. Also I feel like 99% of the videos of how to save player progress in Godot is pretty meh, and I figured out the best way. Then you should make a tutorial video! I want to make a tutorial video so bad, but I feel like no one's gonna watch it. Because like I said, there are like no videos on how to make Ren'Py DLC, and I think I figured it out, and I want to make a video, but also I feel like no one's gonna watch it. But also no one watched my last devlog, so, you know, maybe it's fine. Grr, you're making me want to code game stuff now, Lel. Do it. Do it. Drown him. That is the norm on this channel. I know I've been thinking of making some Godot tutorials for the tips and tricks I haven't seen posted. You should do it. What's the worst that can happen? No one watches it? Okay. Either they watch it or they don't. And, you know, hopefully people watch it and they learn something and they feel stronger in Godot. Better than there being no tutorial and people turning to ChatGPT. So true. So true. Because then the resource is there. If people, like, search for it, it'll be there. And C# has less good tutorials on Godot. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess because Godot has, like, its own language as well, right? It has, like a different one that I don't remember what it's called right now. Although I will admit Google and YouTube search is so ass now. Yeah, it's kind of like borked. It's been getting worse. Python-ish language. Yeah, that's what I heard. GD script. It's Python-y. C# is better. See, I'm thinking I'll probably stick with GD script at least as a beginner, just because, like you said, it's similar to Python, so I should be pretty good. But depending on how things go, I might try and learn C#. I feel like it might be good for me to learn, like, multiple programming languages, because then you're, like, more versatile, you can do stuff in more game engines, and, like, in more applications in general. But yeah, 99% Python. In that case, I will probably stick with GD script, at least, like, for the first few projects in Godot. But, C# Godot at this moment does not have web export yet. Yikes. That's a big yikes. I mean, I haven't exported any games for web myself yet, but I know that it is, like, a good idea, and I would like to for a lot, at least for, like, my demos. I would really like to export my demos for web, because I know a lot of people don't want to, like, download a game, especially just for, like, a demo just to try it out. So if they can, like, there's this principle in marketing, right? Like, especially in, like, digital marketing, the less clicks it takes someone to get to what they want, the more likely it is they'll actually like take the time to go through and do it. So if you have like, let's say you have like a digital storefront and you want people to buy t-shirts on your digital storefront, if you make them click on the header to clothing and then to tops and then to shirts and then to t-shirts, and then on the t-shirt screen they click buy, but then before they buy they have to like go through like a survey or something, like so many people are gonna drop off before they ever give you money. And so I would really like to have web versions of my demos so that people can play the demo really easily from the itch page without having to like download stuff and approve things, because I know sometimes it gets flagged as malware even though it's not. They can try it, they can see if they like the game, and then they can buy the full game and play it. Like, the easier you make it for people to try things and actually like do what they want to do, the more likely it is that people are actually going to do it, basically. Yeah. Except when they're a cookie clicker player, those sickos enjoy clicking. Pop parentheses? Hi, Arash. Not sure what you mean, but hell yeah. Pop parentheses? Is that something on my screen, or? But yeah, like, you'll lose so many people if you make things hard for them. So just make things easy for your players, basically. I was checking the 4.5 Godot update released like 3 days ago. They added shader baking. Ooh, nice. I bet that's gonna make things like so much easier. Like more efficient. Let me see. What do I want to do right now? I don't know if I want to do anything. I might just go eat. It's about to be 6. What the heck? I changed the narrator. I added point and click instead of dialogue choices. And I started setting up the inventory system, but not like the visuals. That I have to do these visual screens and the controls and all of that. I have like a to-do list in front of me. So the 2 things that I have left to do, which maybe we can do this on a future stream if y'all want. Cause this, I feel like y'all really enjoyed this. We got a lot of people in the chat. I need to set up the visuals of the inventory system, which is these 2 screens. And I would like to add a level select system, which obviously is less important because that's outside of the actual like demo. That's like in the main menu where you can pick like a start game, continue game, or you can go to level select. And that will not be applicable for the demo, but for the full game, I want to have that implemented where you can either play all the way through the game in chronological order, or if you want to go back and replay a specific level, you can do that. So I would like to add that, but that's not as important for demo purposes. That's more for like full game purposes, but I do want to map it out. Unring the bell. I don't know if I had any other notes anywhere. I have like too many notes on my phone of like things I want to do. Updating the GUI, creating the new inventory system, point and click. Planning and writing more levels, obviously. Yeah. So like the coding side of things is almost done on this. And then it's just cleaning up the demo, cleaning up like the puzzle solutions and clues and stuff, and redoing the art. Yeah. That's why I wanted to like sit down and do this, because I was like, if I sit down and do this, there's so much I can do like so quickly to make this just a better gameplay experience. I have not a single clue about coding. I have no idea why I'm here. You dragged me in with Deltarune and now I can't leave. Mwah! I've trapped you. I've trapped you here in my domain. I'm glad that you, like, find this entertaining enough to be here even though you don't know anything about coding. That actually is nice to hear, so thank you for being here, Oris. You're always, like, a delight to have in chat, honestly. Coding is all I know. See, we have two ends of the spectrum. I'm glad to have all of you here, honestly. I'm having a really good time. This has been a nice stream for sure. We can definitely do more Unring the Bell, cleaning up the demo, and I also, like I said, I want to do Butler game coding. What is the actual title? Butler game is just what I call it in all of my notes, but Higginbottom Manor. An Ordinary Week at the Higginbottom Manor. That one, I did some like really simple like outlining in my devlog, and then I found out after the devlog that like parts of it were not correct syntax wise because I just like coded it and then never like tested it. Because it was just supposed to be like a, not even a prototype, but like a notes for my brain kind of thing. So there are definitely changes we can make there. And then we can get to coding like mini games for that, all kinds of stuff. So that will be really cool. I would like to work on that with y'all. And then obviously I am working on my fan game right now as well that I'm really excited about. But most of the coding is done for the fan game, so it is just writing. So if y'all don't mind a lot of spoilers and a lot of just like writing dialogue with me, we can do that as well. It will be writing dialogue like directly in VS Code, so it looks like coding, but it's just dialogue. But yeah, and I can also like walk y'all through some of the fun coding techniques I did for that in RunPy, but it is mostly done in terms of coding, but I can show it to you. Alfred the Butler with 2 T's, yeah. I honestly might redesign the Butler. Controversial. I might redesign him because I think he looks too much like a cross between Sebastian and Soma from OnStars, which is exactly what I was going for, but it's boring. Like I kind of want to change him. I love writing. Hell yeah. Oh, awesome. Did you say when you'll be doing it? No, just like I'm just thinking about like in the future. Like if y'all are down, we can definitely do that for future streams. Tell a creative maker to focus on one project and they'll focus on like 5. Yeah, it's a big problem for me. Like I keep saying that the fan game is like my main project, but here I am working on Unring the Bell, so obviously I love all my babies. I can't choose between them. They're all so fun. And I always am like, ooh, I have an idea for how I can make this work. What if I just sit down and work on this instead of my other 20 projects? But in terms of when, I might stream, usually I end up streaming like Monday, Wednesday, and then sometimes Thursday, Friday, depending on my schedule. But since, like I mentioned at the beginning of stream, I have a new job, so I have like a schedule that, it's like a retail schedule where it changes each week. So that's why I'm not being super specific about like posting a cute VTuber schedule or saying like, okay, I'll be back on this day, because sometimes I just genuinely don't know. But I do try to stream semi-regularly. I try to stream at least once a week around this time. So, well, not around this time, it's pretty late for me. I keep meaning to end stream and then I don't, because I'm having fun. But yeah. Okay, I was checking. I think C# Godot now supports web export. Oh, nice! That's good. As someone who starts one writing project and then gets ideas for 10 other stories, I can relate. Yeah, exactly, because I'm like a writer and an artist at heart, and that's what's good about visual novels, is I get to make art and write stories and make it a game that people can play, but also that means I have to code, write, and do art, so it's a lot. It's a lot to keep track of, and to stay focused on one project at a time, so yeah. Okay, I think I should wrap, guys. I'm like actually starving. But oh, this has been so much fun. I'm so glad y'all have like enjoyed this stream from what I can tell. I'm glad so many people stopped by. It makes me really, really happy. Happy eating, thank you. But yeah, this was so nice. Oh, I'm sorry you keep getting modded. You keep getting your messages deleted, but But yeah, this has been super, super fun. Zara got shot. This has been super, super fun. I definitely want to do stuff like this again. I'm having so much fun. I don't want to stop, but I need to listen to my body, unfortunately. So yeah. Nightbot hates Zara. Yeah, it does tend to be Zara most of the time. I think they just forget to, like, limit the emotes. I'll see how many I have it limited to. Maybe it's like 3. I can up it to like 5, maybe. That might help. But yeah. Oh, I don't want to leave. Thank y'all so much. Again, I think I said that like 5 times now, but thank y'all for real. This has been so nice. Yeah. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Mwah. Bye. Bye, Green Snack. Bye. Good to see you again. Thank you for being here. I keep not wanting to go to the ending screen. Bye, y'all. You're all so awesome. Thank you. Okay, bye for real.